Hi, it's Alaska Granny. Do you wonder, what are preppers prepping for? What are they getting ready for? Is it the end of the world, an apocalypse, or could it be something as simple as a power outage, a winter storm, a hurricane, tornado, even a volcano, forest fires, war, or even pandemic? Are preppers paranoid? Some people wonder, who are these preppers? Where do they come from? What do they believe in? Most people who are preppers pretty much stay on the down low and don't really reveal themselves and their preparations for you. You may be surprised to discover that you actually have friends who are preppers and you don't even realize it because they believe in the operational security, keeping their preps and their thoughts to themselves. When you look at some of the things people post on the internet, it's hard to believe that anybody could keep something a secret anymore, or keep portions of their lives private and to themselves. Most preppers want to keep it to themselves, keep it behind closed doors, and keep it out of the public eye. It's not because they're paranoid, it's because they're interested in maintaining their own lifestyle, and it really isn't any of your business. Sometimes people mislabel preppers and call them paranoid kooks, or that they're hoping that things go bad because they want something bad to happen so they can seize control of whatever is left. None of that is necessarily the truth. There are outliers on the spectrum no matter what type of personality you're looking for, but most preppers are sensible. They're thinking about, how do I maintain the life that I have, and how do I make sure that my family will be okay? Preppers find comfort in having a little bit of control over the outcome of their lives, no matter what comes along. They aren't willing to wait for someone else to make the decision, supply their needs, decide what to do next. Preppers want to be in charge of themselves, their decisions, and their safety. We like to believe that our prepping supplies will give us an advantage in making our goals reachable. Most preppers are sensible and believe that having a stockpile of supplies will give them an advantage. Prepping is sensible, just like having money in the bank, having cash on hand, paying off your mortgage, having homeowners insurance. None of those would be considered wacky, weird ideas, but those are some of the valuable principles that most preppers believe in. Wouldn't you rather be prepared and ready to face the difficulties that come along in your life? Everyone has hard times and challenges. What if you lost your job? What if you became sick? What if there was a hurricane or a tornado, something like that, that came just to your area? What if there was a power outage? Wouldn't you want to be able to have enough water, food, flashlights, a way to cook, and some first aid supplies, and the hygiene supplies that you need? Wouldn't you like to know that you've secured your shelter and that you have the supplies that you need? It's just sensible to be prepping to get ready and prepare for whatever could come. So if you're thinking about becoming a prepper, it's a great time to stock up on the things that you count on having while things are readily available. Get a stash of water, at least 1 gallon per day per person for your family. Don't have enough for just 3 days like FEMA says. Do you really want to count on someone being there to rescue you after 3 days? Most likely things return to normal after 2 weeks, so having a 2-week supply makes sense. Have some shelf-stable food on hand. Be sure you have a way to open it, a way to cook it if you need to, and some paper plates or dishes that you can use in case your water isn't running anymore. It just makes sense to be a prepper. It's sensible. Get a stockpile of the things that you count on having and set them aside. Figure out what are the things that you really count on having on a day-to-day basis, and those are the things you could be stockpiling, not because you're paranoid, but because you're prepared. It's a great way to live. Learn more at alaskagranny.com. Please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel.